How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to the Gil Podcast. This podcast is about me, Gil, and the things that I'm currently obsessed with. On this episode, it's going to be a really short one. And when I say it's going to be short, it's going to be a short one. Just look at the timeline. It's going to be short and sweet and straight to the point. All right, let's get into it. So a couple of days ago, I was on Twitter. It's my new favorite place. I've been on Twitter, I think, since 2006, 2008, something like that. And I've always used Twitter as a place to just dump random thoughts and ideas. Going back to my old tweets, I probably should go ahead and delete a lot of them because a lot of them were unfiltered, incomplete thoughts. Because there was nobody on there, nobody that I wanted to connect with on there, so it didn't really matter. But this isn't what this episode is about. This episode is about a creator that I found on YouTube a couple of years ago. His name is Visionary Watts. And I found him a couple years ago. Well, I wouldn't say a couple years ago, just a while ago. He made a few street photography stuff for Fujifilm cameras, and I thought his aesthetic was pretty dope. So I was like, okay, cool. I know this guy exists or whatever. And he was on a podcast with Jared Spink. I was on his podcast before as well. So he was on Jared Spink's podcast, the Hive podcast, and he was talking about a bunch of other cool things. And I was like, cool, let me follow him on Twitter. I was like, I thought I subscribed to this guy. I guess I didn't. So I'm follow him on social media, follow him on Twitter. And he tweeted something very interesting. He started reposting Caleb Pike's videos. Now, I've been a fan of Caleb Pike since like 2015, 2016. I think even before that, when I first jumped into photography and videography, Caleb Pike really made a killing with Amazon affiliates. For those of you who don't know, when you're a YouTuber and you put Amazon affiliate links on your YouTube videos and you buy them, you end up getting a major kickback sometimes, depending on the item. And I bought a lot of stuff that he reviewed, especially early on. He had a series, several series. $10 lights, $0 to $10 lights, or $10 to $50 lights. And I would literally buy like the middle budget one. Like if it's $10 to $50 video light, I'll probably buy like the one that he made in the middle because it'll always be a decent one. So anyways, Visionary Watts made this video and it said that, he didn't make this video. He made a tweet and he shouted out Caleb Pike. And he said, a lot of people don't really do this. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, a lot of people don't really tweet or share when they learn something from somebody. A lot of people, I'm just paraphrasing, but essentially what he was saying was a lot of people would just gain knowledge and experience from somebody and don't give them credit. And I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. Because there are times where we go on YouTube and we need to learn something really quick. So we just, okay, cool, I know that. And then now you'll charge $200 for a consultation like me right now, or you'll charge $400 for a photo shoot or whatever the case is. So I started thinking about that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But what I do on YouTube, I always, like, comment, subscribe, and do thank them. But Visionary Watts was also going on and saying that, and outside of the realm of social media, we tend to do that as well. Like, we learn things from different people, and we never really give them credit. And that's one thing that's always been innate in me when it comes to the things that I learned from people. I always give people credit. I always make sure that, hey, listen, I didn't know this before and you did, and you took the time to show me, to teach me. You took the time to be there when I needed those questions answered. And I thought about it a lot, and I was like, yeah, me and Visionary Watts we're kind of in the same mindset when it comes to appreciating those people that took the time to help us out. And I always think about when I first started photography, YouTube was a great asset, but being able to sit down with somebody face to face and start with an SLR camera, not a DSLR, not a digital camera, but like a film camera, and somebody to take their time to teach you how to work a camera with the basics. Like my buddy Jake, he really took the time to show me, hey, you have a DSLR, which is a digital camera. Let's start out with the basics. Let's start out with a film camera. Let's start out with lighting. Let's start off with a bunch of other stuff. And fast forward to my photo editing times, or days. Yeah, like Marvin Benamy, a really good friend of mine since like high school. He is a successful photographer. Oh man, like he is phenomenal. And the fact that he lives in this high-rise, expensive, big loft in like the middle of downtown, and anytime I have like questions about Photoshop or whatever the case is, he will always answer, like FaceTime. He's like, let's get on FaceTime, let me show you. Anytime. And vice versa, if he needs help with anything, I'm always here to help him. And he's helped me out a lot, especially with a lot of gigs and with a lot of credit. Like we shot major photo projects together, working on product photography for companies, working on celebrity photos, videos. This guy has really helped me get my experience in. And he didn't have to do that. And you have people like Ronald Wayne, who is also a successful photographer, who just, hey, you should try this. Hey, a lot of people are very, like Jake and Marvin are very much like, I wouldn't say master classy, but they're very much like traditional. Hey, you should try this. Ron is just like, dude, what are you doing? Do this. Very casual, and I really, really appreciate his approach. His is so like, wait, you telling me to do that? Yeah, dude, just do that. Why won't you do that? It makes more sense. Try that. I use that. You should try this. It's very much just so different and just like great. And I really appreciate him for that. And you have Marvel Bishop, who's just, man, this guy's just amazing. He's just like, hey, there was one time I posted, I forgot what it was. It was either, I don't know what I was doing. And I was posted something on my Instagram story. And he's like, yo, take that down. I was like, what? Yeah, take that down. Don't do that ever. I'm like, oh, why? I mean, I took it down, but later on I asked him why. He's like, oh, this is this and that. I'm saying that to say, like, I have so many people to just reach out to and learn from for business advice, like my friend Sandy, who was one of the first people to be like, you need to get your LLC. Like, I think when I first started photography, she's like, get an LLC. Gil, get an LLC. I'm like, okay, Sandy. She's like, Gil, did you get your LLC yet? I'm working on it. She wrote down, I still have this paper to this day, where she wrote down the website, the process to do everything. And she's like, you need to get this now. So I'm saying to say this, there's people there in your life that has helped you get to where you need to be. As far as for your business, as far as for your mental, your emotional health, your physical health. Like I had so many people come into my life to just say, hey, I'm here to help. I don't want anything from you. I just want to help you out, and vice versa. Like I want to help as much people as I can because I got here by people just helping me out. I have a friend, Edith, she just helped me out with so much support and guidance, and vice versa. I have friends like her. She has her own business, and she would tell me, oh yeah, go on Shopify, do this. Oh yeah, I'm on my Etsy. Oh cool, how did you do that? Oh yeah, do this and do that. And it's just so many different avenues of business. Friends who own companies, friends who own small businesses, who just share information, and she's one of them. You have Marvin, has a corporation. Like, this guy is just killing it. And you don't get to where you are without anybody helping you out. Even if you're on YouTube, even if you're reading a book, even if you listen to an audiobook, even if you listen to a podcast, you got to where you're at by learning something from somebody. So this episode is all about just giving those people their flowers when you can, or when you go on social media and you make a deal, or you close a deal, or you do something fantastic. It's so normal for you to be like, I did that on my own. Of course, sometimes depending on the scenario, yeah, it's all you, bro. It's all you. But sometimes it takes a village, it takes a team to score. So think about that next time when you're celebrating. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed this quick little podcast. Have a nice one. Peace. Check out the show notes for more details, information, places you can follow me, places you can support the podcast. Thanks for listening. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and have a nice one. I love you. Bye.